Well, it's the 3-year anniversary of my channel existing, so I figured we'd do something special. So I really like Kirby vs. Majin Buu. It is by far my favorite death battle episode of all time. Yes, this is mostly due to my massive Kirby bias. I just can't help myself. I love the little guy. He's adorable. He's my main in Smash Ultimate, Kirby in the Forgotten Land is my favorite video game ever made, and Kirby Right Back At You is the best anime, and no one can tell me otherwise. If you disagree with me, you're wrong. End of story. And Buu is definitely a character I really like in Dragon Ball. Let me tell you, I was pissed when Buu was replaced with Frieza for the Tournament of Power, and frankly, I still kinda am. Anyway, enough rambling on about my personal connection to these characters, let's just get on with the video. Also, please forgive me, I am still sick, but I have to get this video out. So don't worry, I'm fine, just got a bit of a frog in my throat right now. To start off, the analysis is really damn good. And it's also really damn funny, with the exception of the dick joke. Guys, Kirby is a literal child. You probably don't want to be saying this shit when you're referring to a literal child. You even mentioned that in the episode. He is a boy. He's a baby boy. So stop it. Get some help. I'm sorry. Anyway, moving on. But outside of that, I really like the analysis. I like them losing their minds over how surprisingly OP Kirby is, and Wiz and Boomstick getting creeped out about how batshit weird Buu is just really funny as well. I also like the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo joke. It is way funnier than it has any right to be. Overall, really solid analysis with tons of jokes I really like and one joke I really don't like. Now, before I get onto the actual fight, I gotta talk about the ad. This is by far the funniest piece of advertisement I have ever seen in my entire life. That includes all those ads from big budget corporations that just reek of how do you do, fellow kids. I just freaking love this. Ben's reaction to the God Goku vinyl figure, his subsequent fumbling as he struggles to open the box, the stupid as hell Toy Story joke that I love, and then Ben's half-assed Merry Christmas just ties the whole thing together. It is so fucking funny. The animation, though, is really damn good as well. It starts off with Buu turning a bunch of different Kirby enemies into food, and then the boy shows up. And he violently consumes all of Buu's sweets. Perfect. Anyway, Buu, in response to this blatant act of thievery, decides to try and murder Kirby. And so, the two fight. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the greatest setup of any death battle ever made. And man, I gotta say, this episode's action is freaking phenomenal. It perfectly mixes the fast-paced action of Dragon Ball and the ability-focused combat of the Kirby series. The sword fight between the two is really fast, and Fighter Kirby versus Kid Buu is the closest any episode has gotten to capturing that Dragon Ball Z feeling. With the exception of Goku vs. Superman 1, of course, which basically nailed that on the head. And every hit that is supposed to have impact has impact, thanks to some really good sound design. Hell, sometimes every other sound cuts out so that really big hits feel really big and really powerful. The biggest examples of this are Buu knocking Kirby out of Hammer Kirby, Kirby cutting Buu in half, and Kid Buu whacking Kirby in the face, sending him flying into a tree. And speaking of sounds, the background music tracks are perfectly chosen for this episode. Special shoutouts go to the Moss DDD theme, one of, if not the best Kirby tracks of all time. Vital Burner from Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, man, that is hard to say really fast, which does a great job at setting up a lot of tension for the sword fight between Sword Kirby and Buu. And Big Forest from Kirby Fighters, which sets up this really hopeful atmosphere as Kirby inhales his Warp Star and creates the Star Rod. You have to remember, this was before Death Battle commissioned people like Brandon Yates and Theirwolf Media to make music for them, so this is the best I can do when complimenting the tracks. But hey, Brandon did make a track based on this episode years later called Dream Buffet, and it is such a good track. If you want to listen to it, I will leave the link in the description, as it is the same track I used for my outro. But now, I think it is time we wrap up this episode. And you know what? This ending is so damn good, so damn funny, and so damn Kirby that I just can't help but love it. After Kid Buu summons the Planet Burst Ball and yeets it to blow up Planet Popstar, Kirby then looks up as we see the Miracle Fruit, which was actually foreshadowed in Kirby's stomach dimension when Buu was there, so that's pretty cool. Kirby then becomes Hypernova Kirby, and with the almighty power of suck, he inhales the Planet Burst Ball and spits it back out at Buu, who is just flabbergasted at the sheer power of Kirby. Look at this dude. He doesn't even know how this is possible. He's just shocked at the one true destroyer of worlds. Buu gets a face full of Planet Burst Ball and is sent straight to the sun, where he disintegrates and dies. I will admit that this death is really weak, as we don't even get to see Buu disintegrate, but what comes next is the saving grace for me. After Buu dies, the sun then turns around as we see Kirby's face as the camera zooms in, and Kirby ends the fight by saying hi to the audience. Not only a cute reference to the frying pan throw and the face zoom from Triple Deluxe, but it also shows that Kirby is aware of the audience, and that the audience will be his next victim after Buu. There is no running from our infinite Lord of Death and Destruction. His reign of terror shall crush those who stand opposed to him. He will be the black hole that sucks up all that is good and holy in this world, and all other worlds. So that's pretty cool. So this episode seems pretty good so far, right? And it is. Like I said, still, this episode is really good, and it's also my favorite episode of all time. It's the best one. If you disagree with me, you're wrong. But unfortunately, there are a few minor problems that I cannot overlook. Problem 1. Kid Buu's appearance is not how he appears at all in canon. Kid Buu doesn't just appear out of Fat Buu's head fart. Look, that's the best I can describe it as. It's just Fat Buu's head fart. Problem 2. Kirby's character is not accurate. This is only for one part, but Kirby getting scared because Buu turned a rock into pudding is very out of character for him. At the very least, he would get excited over this because it's food, and Kirby loves food. That's his main character trait, next to adorable Puffball Boy that also likes to dethrone God and Satan on Tuesdays. Problem 3. The post-analysis does fuck all to explain why Kirby is the ultimate Alpha Omega Chad. All it does is say Kirby can survive planet-level explosions while Buu turns to mush, Kirby can lift and throw 3.5 tons over 25,000 miles per hour, and Kirby can move faster than light, which Buu can't. Which isn't even remotely true. All you had to do is say, sure, Buu can move at faster than light speeds, but Kirby's Warp Star can move faster than Buu. That's all you had to say. Not this shit. That's the best I can describe it. The post-analysis is just shit. Overall, Kirby vs. Buu is just such a great episode and is worthy of being my favorite despite its 3 problems I have with it. This episode is just so good, and I honestly can't wait for the next Kirby episode, since they're all bangers, much like Kirby games themselves. There is no bad Kirby game, much like how there is no bad episode of Death Battle with Kirby characters in them. And I know I basically came off as a massive Kirby stan in this video, but it's because I am. I have such a huge bias for the series, and this episode captures a lot of love for it, and that means a lot to me. Do I think Kirby vs. Buu is the best episode? Hell no. Saitama vs. Popeye has that down. But this episode has something that no other episode has. Kirby. And that's why I love it so much. Oh man, I honestly hope that Kirby vs. Superhero Squad Show Galactus happens, because the boy, I would love an episode with Kirby in it again. I mean, would it overshadow Kirby vs. Boo? Probably not, but I just want Kirby back in. And more importantly, I wanted to get a dub, because I can't see Kirby die. That's too painful for me. Like everyone else, that's fine, but when Kirby dies, I'm just like, I'm never watching the show again. Okay, I'm obviously joking there. Anyway, outro time. So thank you all so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed my 3-year anniversary special, because I really enjoyed going back through Kirby vs. Boo. And I am really glad y'all have just been watching my videos for the past 3 years I've been doing this. Well, kind of 1.5 technically, because I started this channel a while ago. Like 3 years ago, obviously, but I didn't start actually taking this seriously until 2021. So yeah. Anyway, if you like this, why don't you comment down below your favorite episode of Death Battle? I like listening to other people's opinions. And while you're down there, subscribe as well. Also, ring the bell so you never miss another video. As well as hit the like button. I'm doing this all out of order. I'm not even looking at my script right now. Hit the like button, because I like money. Who doesn't like money? Oh man, I should get someone to write outros for me, because I'm terrible at this. What else? Okay, follow me on my socials, I guess. Link will be in the description. First video of 2023, and it's a video about Kirby. Of course it is. Okay, I'm gonna stop now, because I am very bad at this. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you when my Season 9 ranking comes out, which will hopefully be this weekend. Bye!